Recording live from King Kai's planet, it's the Dragon Balls Deep podcast with your hosts, Devin and Drew.
It's the Dragon Balls Deep podcast, back once again to bring you things you probably already know, but enjoy hearing anyway. Hopefully.
Or things that you once knew but now don't remember.
Or things that you didn't know and now know.
Yeah, maybe we're teaching people shit. Who knows?
I'm learning a lot.
So am I. I have to. I find I've been Googling a lot every episode.
Yeah, me
especially
too.
These next few. But yeah, let's get into it.
First up, in the corrections department, this is not really a correction per se, as in it's more just an error, a small error I made. Me making up words. In episode 13, I combined Gaz and Mez, and I called one of them Maz.
Didn't we address that in the episode?
Did we? I don't remember.
I think we did, but maybe we didn't.
I don't know. I don't know which one I was talking about, though. It could have been either one of them, but...
I just remember, we were talking about their names, and I think you fucked one up, but...
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we addressed it on the spot.
Oh, well, I'm addressing it now, just in case.
Or maybe we addressed it on the spot, but we still got it wrong when we addressed it.
That's very likely.
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
Let's get into this.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z, Episode 19. Originally aired on September 13th, 1989 in Japan, and on January 10th, 1997 in the U.S. The show begins with Bubbles acting like a monkey, with Goku following suit, mimicking him, also acting like a monkey. We then see a character who is actually King Kai, spoiler alert, and he says, "Okay, that's enough. Who are you?" Goku, with a sort of shocked look on his face, says, "Are you? No, you couldn't be." King Kai just laughs and says, "I am who I am." He then tells Goku to guess his name, and he says it rhymes with "bye."
Does he say that?
Yeah, he said that.
Huh. How often do you think King Kai gets visitors?
Not very often.
Yeah, you think their reactions would be a little different,
That's why he lives with a monkey and a grasshopper.
This is true. But I guess he probably traveled. Do you think he ever travels to other parts of the other world?
Yeah, he does.
So
because
I guess he gets a little bit of interaction.
Yeah, he goes to to visit with old fighters that he trained and old fighters from Earth and the other Kais and stuff.
Yeah,
Probably
I guess
not.
we have to. I was just gonna say we have to assume, I guess, that the last visitor was King Yama.
Possible. Didn't they say that was 10,000 years ago?
I forget, something like that. I think maybe 1,000 in the dubs and a lot more in the subs. Or, the other way around. I think it was 1,000 in the subs.
Yeah. Well, I know in the Otherworld martial arts tournament, there's a bunch of fighters that King Kai already knows. But I don't know. I think he says he might mention how long they've been there or something, so that might be a clue.
Yeah. Sweet.
Then King Kai makes some... I don't know what he was doing here. He was making some weird movement and making weird noises. It's just a really strange animation.
Yeah, I'd say this episode is King Kai at his worst.
Perhaps. Actually, you might be right.
They introduce him as like this super quirky, annoying Jar Jar Binks character.
That's a pretty good analogy, actually.
Yeah, because they definitely they chill him out
later
in the series. Yeah, but I forgot how fucking annoying he is.
Yeah, there's a lot that I hated.
Yeah, but shall press onward.
He then informs Goku that he is, in fact, King Kai. Goku says, "Then who is he?" pointing to Bubbles. King Kai says, "He's my favorite monkey, Bubbles," as opposed to his least favorite monkey. Whoever that would be.
Goku?
Yeah, maybe. Goku embarrassingly laughs this whole mess off and says that he thought Bubbles seemed a little strange. King Kai asks Goku if he called his friend strange. And here I wrote, this conversation needs to end as soon as possible.
Yep. But it doesn't. It just keeps on going.
No, it doesn't. King Kai and Goku then have an awkward moment, so King Kai decides to break the ice with a little humor.
Some quips.
Some jape. King Kai tells some really bad jokes here. What does he say in the subs here? Did you take note?
All right, yes, I did.
Good.
They don't make any sense, the subs, and I had to Google it because the shit he was saying was so random and not funny, and I didn't get it. So I Googled it, and apparently he just keeps, King Kai's jokes, they just didn't make sense. They weren't funny. But yeah, I'll get into subs more when Goku starts talking.
Okay.
But pretty much they were bad jokes that didn't translate to English well.
Goku either is unamused or he doesn't get it. He doesn't get it because he didn't know the punchline to the joke. But I can't.
Are you talking about Goku didn't get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when he does finally start laughing now, what did King Kai say that made him laugh? Like something about you wouldn't know what a joke was if it kicked you in the face.
Yeah, I was getting to that. Goku kind of, at first he blows it off, like King Kai's jokes, and he says he came here to train with King Kai. But King Kai doesn't want to train Goku because Goku doesn't understand comedy. And King Kai says Goku wouldn't know a good joke if it kicked him in the head. Which is probably true, but
so in the dub, Goku actually finds this funny, but in the subs, it seems like he's laughing at something else. He's not laughing at King Kai saying that it would kick him in the head. I don't even think King Kai says that in the subs.
Yeah,
he's just He's laughing at the fact that King Kai says that he won't train him. Yeah, which I think he didn't think he was saying seriously.
Yeah, he does that in the dubs too.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, because well, first I mentioned in earlier episodes, but King Kai makes some pretty great facial expressions, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, here King Kai says he won't train anyone without a sense of humor. So Goku just starts laughing hysterically for no reason.
Yeah, I think what they intended in the subs was that he was laughing because he didn't think King Kai was being serious. Like he came all that way to train. He says he's not going to train him. He's like, "Oh, that's a good one, King Kai. You're not going to train me, huh?"
I didn't take it as that.
Yeah, the dubs definitely don't lead you to think that way.
No, yeah, I didn't. Yeah. But you're talking about in the subs, he came off as just, okay. Well,
because all King Kai says in the subs is like, "I'm not going to train you because you don't have a sense of humor."
Well,
but yeah, it's this fucking conversation is so dumb and pointless.
Yes, it is. King Kai has a change of heart, and he says he will train Goku, but first he must pass a test. Goku eagerly agrees. King Kai says Goku must make him laugh, and it has to be funny. Goku says that he's not a comedian. King Kai gives him some pointers to comedy, which is like the worst trait of a comedian. One that tries to give others pointers and...
Oh yeah, for sure.
Goku starts going through his repertoire of jokes in his head. One of them being, "Knock knock, who's there? Krillin." I'd like to know where he was going with that joke. Like, what would be the punchline to that? Something about Krillin being dead. Krillin's not here, he's dead.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't think Goku's smart enough to formulate a punchline for any joke.
Yeah. King Kai tells him to give up and go home. Motivation, I guess. Goku, very energetically, like he's about to attack King Kai, says, "Why did the chicken cross the road?" King Kai is taken back by this, but he answers to get to the other side, and he starts laughing anyway. And here I wrote, "This is stupid."
Yeah, this is where it gets really weird in the sub. So I was trying to make sense of it because I'm like, none of this makes sense what Goku's saying, because the first joke he says is, "My futon flew away, gone." And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And then he says, he keeps listing off just random shit. And then, I'm looking right now to see what else he said. But I think
maybe
he says, "My feline has gone supine."
Supine? Is that a word?
Yeah. And then he says, "My stylus is sightless." So I Googled all this shit, and apparently they are like, it's like Japanese like wordplay, like puns.
It probably,
and I guess when you translate them, like they sound alike. The words like homonyms or homophones or whatever the fuck you call them.
Homophobes.
And homophobes. But yeah, I guess the words sound alike, and Japanese children say them and they think it's funny.
Yeah.
But I guess that's Goku's sense of humor too. He's just a child.
Yeah. Goku suddenly remembers what the actual punchline is, and he shouts, "It was too far to fly." And not only is this not funny, it doesn't even really make sense. But
nope.
We don't need to get into that.
Yeah.
King Kai is again taken back by this. He struggles not to laugh as Goku tells more jokes. "What's the difference between a jeweler and a jailer? One sells watches, the other watches sells." I tried to come up with a cell joke here, like the character from the show, but yeah. I couldn't come up with anything.
Yeah, I can't.
King Kai is again in shock and awe of this joke and struggles even more so to try not to laugh. Goku says, "I did it. You laughed, King Kai." As King Kai smacks the ground and rolls around laughing uncontrollably. Goku then straight up steals a line out of the movie Mask, and he says, "Somebody stop me."
Yeah, I find that they stole a few lines in this episode, or maybe the next episode too.
Not the Rocky Dennis movie. But, although that would have been better.
Rocky. Oh man, but yeah, there's a couple lines like in the next couple episodes where I had to like timeline check like when Funimation released it and like when other things came out at that time period, because it seems like they stole shit.
Yeah.
Or like ideas.
Yeah. Goku tells King Kai not to blow a gasket. King Kai agrees to train Goku and tells him when he's through with him, he'll be a master of comedy and will have no equal in the art of delivering a punchline. Something like that. Again, this is all just very stupid.
I think comedy standards are very, very, very low in the Dragon Ball Z universe.
Yeah, I'd say so. King Kai says they'll call Goku the Prince of Punch. That sounds like a bad MMA nickname.
So King Kai claims to be the funniest person in the universe, but he obviously hasn't met Nappa yet. Because Nappa's the only one who can truly deliver good jokes.
That's true. Yeah, Nappa's quick with it.
Yeah. I feel like Nappa reminds me like someone in stand-up comedy world.
Like in real life?
Yeah, he would be like a Jeff Ross or something. Just a roast master.
Yeah.
He's like real quick-witted.
Goku tells King Kai that he came here to train martial arts. King Kai is slightly embarrassed now and tells Goku, "Shame on you. You should have told me earlier." King Kai then gets into a fighting stance, and he tells Goku to show him what he's got and not to hold back. He says he's a lot stronger than he looks. Goku takes position, but has trouble due to the gravity. King Kai says, "I bet you came from Earth, didn't you?" And this explains Goku's gravity problem, because King Kai's planet has 10 times the gravity as Earth.
I think this is the one time where Funimation didn't change numbers just to change numbers. Like, they actually kept it 10 times gravity.
Yeah. Well, it's probably good, because later when he's training in like 100 times gravity and stuff, like it actually shows it on the screen, so they can't really...
Yeah, there's like a few things. Gravity they keep the same, and power levels are usually the same too.
Interesting.
But other things, like especially time, they always feel the need to change for some reason.
Let's not get started there.
Oh, we're about to, because they mentioned time literally right after this.
So King Kai decides to begin the training. He asks Goku how long he plans on staying. Goku says as long as possible. Goku then tells King Kai everything going on with the Saiyans coming to Earth. King Kai notes that those Saiyans can be a ruthless bunch, implying that he knows of their existence. King Kai then scans the universe to find the Saiyans and determine how long it will take before they reach Earth. And according to King Kai's calculation, at the Saiyans' current rate of speed, they should arrive on Earth in approximately 88 days.
Yep, and wait for it. In the subs, it is 158 days.
Of course it is.
Yeah, so 70-day difference. Guess it's not a huge deal, but that means a couple months.
Yeah, 2.5 months.
So the only other explanation besides them just changing it for no reason would be maybe time on an other world just is different than time on Earth.
I like to think that it is, but, well, I don't know. We'll get to that later. Instead of being worried that he only has 88 days, Goku is amazed by King Kai's ability to figure all this out. King Kai then says, "You should forget the training. It's no use." What the fuck? Where did this come from?
Yeah.
Goku starts laughing at this, though. I guess he thinks it's a joke. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, I forget. Was Kai just pretty much telling him there's no hope? He doesn't have enough time?
I don't know what he was doing. It didn't sound like he was trying to be sarcastic or anything. I have no idea. Maybe it was more motivation, or I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of forgot too, because I always imagine the Kais are super, super powerful. But Kai does mention that the Saiyans are much stronger than him.
Yeah. Goku then decides to get serious, and he realizes that he only has 88 days. King Kai says he can get Goku trained in 88 days because training with King Kai on his planet for 88 days is like training on Earth for several thousand years. I doubt that.
Yeah, that's an exaggeration. In the sub, he says just 1,000, not several thousand.
Even still.
Yeah, that's like, what's the hyperbolic time chamber? Like 1 day is 1 year.
I think is it 24 hours a year, or is it?
I think so.
Or is it 1 hour a year?
Yeah. I think it's 24.
Yeah, it might be right.
But that seems. I don't feel like doing math, but it's definitely an exaggerated claim.
I have here written, I'm not even halfway into this episode, and I already want it to end.
Yeah, this is definitely not a great episode.
Yeah, this was a hard watch. King Kai tells Goku that even with his training, it doesn't mean he can win the fight. He says the two Saiyans on the way to Earth rank among the greatest fighters in the universe. Now, when he says rank, what exactly does he mean? Like top 100?
He's
top 50?
Talking about pound for pound.
Top 50? I need some narrowing down here. Because I'm pretty sure there's lots of characters that are stronger than Vegeta and Nappa at this point in time.
We gotta count Hercule in there.
Mr. Satan?
Yep.
Of course. He's the champ.
Just for his accolades alone.
Well, of course. King Kai says there are no guarantees and that the two Saiyans are even stronger than him. I like how when he's saying all this, he has a big smile on his face.
Yeah. He doesn't show his emotions well.
No, he's kind of carefree. King Kai says it's time to start, and he calls Bubbles over. Why does Bubbles always have his hands in the air? Like, I get he's a monkey and whatnot, but what's he doing?
I don't know. I feel like that would be more tiring, though. Because of the gravity.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he's used to the gravity, but he's just, every time he's walking around, he just has his hands up in the air. Like he don't care.
Yeah. I don't know.
No, just an observation.
Maybe it's just like his way of like taunting Goku. I don't know.
King Kai says Bubbles is used to the gravity and that he wants Goku to try and catch Bubbles. Goku says, that's it? Catch the monkey? King Kai says until Goku is used to the gravity, he isn't ready to start anything else.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Do you think Goku and Bubbles have some kind of like connection going on? Like both being monkeys?
Yeah, I think Bubbles is the original Saiyan.
It's true. I forgot about that. Also, Bubbles doesn't have a halo, so he's clearly not a dead monkey. So what's going on here?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is there like a black market animal trader in another world, or? Like,
I'd say that's the most likely explanation.
How did he get there if he's not dead? Did King Kai go to like a monkey planet and kidnap him?
Probably.
Is he a special monkey that only exists in other world? I need answers.
Well, I mean, yeah. Maybe he, someone wished him back to life with the Dragon Balls, but he didn't leave.
A monkey made it down Snake Way.
Yeah, exactly.
With his arms in the air, just walking along.
Yeah, he did it 1,000 years before King Yama.
Maybe he used to belong to King Yama. King Yama gave it to King Kai as a pet. A gift or something.
Slave.
Racist.
Bubbles is a slave.
King Kai tells Bubbles to run away, and Goku gives chase. Or tries to. Bubbles just kind of power walks, while Goku is using all of his strength just to take steps. Goku then removes his weighted clothing to make it easier to move in the gravity. I actually wrote here during this part, wouldn't it help to keep the gear on? Wouldn't that make him stronger in the long run? But
well, yeah,
we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Regardless, it seemed to have helped because now Goku can run Not very fast, but he's running nonetheless. Still struggling a bit, but...
Work smarter, not harder.
Hard work.
Crickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goku's run's like really strange too. He's like hunched over with his arms sticking straight out to the side. I've never been in 10 times the gravity of Earth, so I don't know if this like helps or not, but it doesn't seem very practical to do this. But what do I know?
Yeah, who knows?
Goku starts to get close to Bubbles, so Bubbles gets 2 turnips in heat, and he starts running even faster. Goku collapses, saying that Bubbles is too fast. King Kai says Goku is welcome to go home if he wants. This part. Goku's stomach begins to growl as he says, and this is key, I haven't eaten since Princess Snake's place. So he actually ate, or what the fuck?
I don't think Goku really knows what happened. I don't think Goku understands what hallucinations are and that they might not have actually happened.
So we're still going with placebo?
Yeah.
Maybe there was some like undigested stuff inside.
What does the snake eat though? There's nothing to eat up there.
Anybody that tries to run down Snake Way? Maybe she snags one of those ogres every now and then.
Maybe.
Maybe that's why there's so many of them.
He ate some half-digested ogre.
Yeah.
That's what Goku's been eating.
From who knows how long ago.
Yeah.
Gross. Goku asks King Kai if they can eat before they continue. King Kai says that they can, but Goku has to do the dishes. This doesn't pay off. We then see Goku eating in typical Goku fashion. We also see Bubbles casually enjoying a banana. King Kai, like everyone else, is a little taken back by Goku's eating habits. Goku then grabs something off of the plate that King Kai is holding. King Kai calls them bean tacos. What does he say in the subs here? Because I'm willing to bet it's not bean tacos.
I don't remember if he specified or not.
No. They didn't look like bean tacos.
Yeah, I didn't write it down. I can check, but we can keep moving on.
Yes. Goku then says that the food tasted lousy. What a dick. If I was King Kai, I'd make him leave. Go train with Gaz and Mez or something.
He calls it something I never heard of. Donburi?
Google it.
I don't know how to
it's
pronounce
a food.
it. It's probably a food. It's some Japanese food that I never heard of. I'm probably butchering the name.
I thought it looked like those things that Bulma gave to Roshi.
Right. So yeah, Donburi is a rice bowl dish.
Yeah, it's okay.
Consisting of fish, meat, vegetables, or other ingredients.
So, in other words, not a bean taco.
Nope.
King Kai reminds Goku that he's a guest, and he could at least show him some respect. Goku just ignores him and says that he's ready to get back to his training. Then we get King Kai saying that it's too bad Goku can't stay longer because there's so many things to do. As we see him looking at the ground with a magnifying glass and sitting in the top of a tree and then peeing on Bubbles.
I don't think he was peeing on Bubbles.
I know he wasn't, but it just looked like he was the way they had it drawn. It looked like Bubbles was standing in front of him.
Just crossing streams, no big deal.
Goku had a very disturbed look on his face at this part too, so I don't know. It gets lonely up there on that little planet. And he is a slave.
I feel like that's like a Goku activity, long distance peeing.
Probably.
That's what they call it. Is that what they called it in the dub? Because that's what they called it in the subs.
Oh, he didn't say anything in the dubs, I don't think.
Yeah. He's the one. He's like listing off things he likes to do on his planet, like drive his car, whatever they're doing up in the tree, and then he says long distance peeing.
Yeah, I'm almost positive he doesn't say anything like that in the dubs. King Kai says the thing he likes to do most is drive his car in a circle, because it's the only place he can drive it. It's a sweet fucking car, though.
It is a pretty sweet car.
Also, where did he get a car?
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess
Maybe
it's not that unusual, because those ogres had, like, vehicles, and there were buses in hell. But I was just wondering, maybe
it's one of those things we'll never know.
Anime.
Yeah.
King Kai tells Goku to get back to his training. Goku starts to run after Bubbles, but King Kai tells him that his training will be more effective if he puts on his weighted gear. So, there we go.
Yeah, no slacking.
Goku doesn't want to do this, but King Kai informs him that Vegeta and Nappa are from a planet with the exact same gravity as his planet. He says this is one of the many secrets to their power. Not sure why this is a secret, but, you know.
Maybe it's a secret for all the people that they completely obliterate.
I guess. He says that the Saiyans have the ability to fight anywhere. It's like a sixth sense. Goku tells King Kai that he's a Saiyan too, as he runs after Bubbles. King Kai is a little baffled by this new piece of information that I sort of feel like he should have already known, but doesn't. But
yeah, I question King Kai's like all-knowingness.
I just don't think he
pays. That's like the first thing. Like he should have known that.
Yeah.
And then he says some stuff next episode where I'm like, what the like that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be very observant.
Yeah, I think he gets like cliff notes on certain things, like through his telepathic abilities, or whatever his abilities are. But yeah, gotta fact check King Kai sometimes.
Back on Earth, we see Gohan and Piccolo continuing their training. Gohan punches the shit out of Piccolo here, which was pretty cool. But Piccolo just laughs and says, "You're getting stronger." Then he punches Gohan back, saying, "But not strong enough." Gohan falls into a river and grabs onto a rock next to Piccolo and asks Piccolo for a hand because he can't swim. Or he can't swim now, I guess. He swims perfectly fine later in the series. I guess he learns.
Yeah, somewhere during this scene, Piccolo mentions that it's been 6 months since they started training. So that just confirms that not a whole lot of time has passed in like the last episode or two.
Yeah, that's coming up. Piccolo pulls Gohan out of the water and tells him he's being a spoiled brat. I thought this was a bit excessive. Like, how dare you not know how to swim? Getting rescued from drowning is apparently a privilege to Piccolo. Piccolo then...
Yeah, man.
Piccolo attacks Gohan and sends him back into the water. Piccolo says this is going to take a lot longer than he thought.
You'd think, I guess he swims a little better now, but you think after all that survival training, he would have figured out how to swim by now.
Yeah, he does eventually, I guess, though. Where was I? Piccolo says this is going to take a lot longer than he thought if Gohan can only fight at his full potential when the moon is full. Well, then maybe you shouldn't have...
He can't anymore.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have blown up the moon or cut off his tail. This is your fault, Piccolo. It's now nighttime, and we see Gohan sitting next to a fire. He's all beat up and bloody with a giant hematoma on his head. Or possibly a broken orbital bone. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
Piccolo says that at least Gohan isn't acting like a crybaby anymore.
He could definitely use a sensu bean right now.
Oh, for sure. And here, actually, Piccolo says, at least after 6 months of training. So, is he implying it's only been 6 months?
Yeah, since he started.
So on Earth, they have 6 months left until the Saiyans arrive, but in Otherworld, they only have 88 days?
158 days, according to the subs.
Either or. But regardless, that's what I got out of this scene.
So that's 6 months. How many days is 6 months? 180, yeah.
Basically.
So it's close. So the subs are way closer to what the dub's saying.
Ah, interesting.
Which makes sense because the dub's just made up by Funimation.
Pretty much. Gohan asks Piccolo if it's true that he fought with Goku back in the day. Piccolo says yes, but that fight isn't finished yet. He has to take care of these two Saiyans first, but Goku was next on the list. Gohan says Piccolo doesn't have to fight with Goku because he can tell Piccolo has changed and he's not such a nasty person anymore. Gohan says that Piccolo is like one of the family now. Remember when I mentioned Stockholm Syndrome a few episodes back?
Yeah, it's some this is some real Elizabeth Smart shit right here.
Gohan says that Piccolo is kind of like his big green uncle.
Yeah, this is I remember I mentioned earlier that he started calling him uncle earlier.
Yeah.
Like a few episodes ago, and I forgot that he actually starts calling him uncle in this episode and in the dub too. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Pretty soon he'll be like your big green dad.
But
my green dad.
Yeah, the subs are a little different in this part, which I thought was a little more interesting. The Gohan, instead of like what he said in the dub, what you just said, he says his father told him that reincarnated Piccolo didn't seem to be as evil as before, but his mother and grandfather are still afraid of him. And yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. It's true.
Oh,
it's obviously true too.
He means Chi-Chi and Ox King?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like they're still afraid.
For a second, I thought he meant Piccolo's, and I was like, wait, what? Piccolo doesn't have.
No, yeah, he's talking about Chi-Chi and Ox King.
Okay.
But so I guess Goku brings up Piccolo in conversation at the dinner table.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does make sense. I mean, he was a lot more evil in Dragon Ball, and then whenever he died and came back,
Piccolo,
he was a little more calmed down.
Yeah, King Piccolo was much more sinister and whatnot. While as Piccolo Jr. is kind of just, he doesn't really want to, he more just wants to fight Goku than...
Exactly, yeah. His goals change.
Yeah.
He gets a little humbled, I think, in that defeat.
Yeah. Piccolo is not amused by any of this. He tells Gohan he talks too much and to be quiet and go to sleep. He says tomorrow is going to be the hardest lesson he's had yet. We then see Gohan sleeping and snoring. Is it normal for a 4-year-old to snore? Just curious.
I don't know. You should get that checked out.
Might have something to do with that broken orbital.
Oh, yeah. That's very true. He might have broke his nose and then blew his nose.
Yeah, because his eyes swell. Yeah, that's a good point.
Big no.
Piccolo's still butthurt about Gohan calling him Big Green Uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Back on King Kai's planet, Mr. Narrator comes in to tell us that 3 weeks have already passed.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna bother. Goku has like 2 months left at this point. We then see King Kai enjoying a nice meal of Yum Yum Kim. Actually, it's dim sum. He says, you dim some and you lose some. King Kai always quick with the The Walla Walla.
Yeah, he had a different food pun in the subs, but
what do you say?
No need to get into it. It was equally bad.
Oh, okay. Meanwhile, we see Goku is still chasing Bubbles, but he's doing much better now. He's nearly running at full speed, or close to. Bubbles is actually putting in effort to keep away from Goku. King Kai asks Goku if he's hungry. Goku actually turns down food. I'm shocked.
So who's the monkey in the middle in this situation? Is it Goku or Bubbles?
King Kai.
King Kai's the monkey.
Bubbles gets distracted by a banana, so he stops to eat it. You think Goku put that there on purpose, or? I don't think so.
I don't think Goku's smart enough for that.
Yeah, I think maybe Bubbles put it down and forgot about it. Say, ooh, banana.
Man, then he gets in Mario Kart style.
Goku pounces to try and catch Bubbles, but Bubbles runs off at the last second. Goku says that Bubbles is really starting to bug him. Just wait, Goku. Goku lunges at Bubbles, but ends up diving face first into a tree. Goku then chases Bubbles up the tree, but falls out when a branch breaks. Goku collapses out of exhaustion as Bubbles scurries off in the distance. Goku has a plan to run the opposite direction and catch Bubbles as he's coming towards him. In theory, it was a good idea. Basically, instead of following Bubbles from behind, Goku tries to surprise him from all directions. Then, dumbass Goku does the same thing he did when he was trying to catch what's his name? Gez?
Oh, God. Yeah, whatever. Gaz.
I think it's Gaz.
Maz. Moose.
The red guy.
Gizmo.
Bubbles is sitting under a tree, and he has no clue where Goku is. So Goku announces himself and gives away his position. Not only that, but he pops out and he makes a stupid face first, and then he tries to catch Bubbles, but obviously it doesn't work because Goku is an idiot. And I wrote here, you know what? I hope Vegeta blows up Earth. Goku runs.
Only if that were that simple.
Goku runs as fast as he can, and he jumps, and he finally catches Bubbles. King Kai is surprised by this for some reason. King Kai says that Goku has finally mastered the gravity and might actually be able to handle his training. He also says that maybe he's the one to finally stop the Saiyans. What does he mean by finally?
I guess, I don't know, the Saiyans have been wreaking havoc on other planets for quite a while now.
I guess, but they're not even at the top of the food chain, But King Kai is very much aware of Frieza. He knows Frieza is a thing.
Yeah, I feel, where do the Saiyans rank up? I feel like they're like a notch below the Ginyu Force.
Oh, they're below the Ginyu Force. They're also below Zarbon and Dodoria at this point.
Are Zarbon and Dodoria, they're above Ginyu, right?
I don't think so, no. Those are just like Frieza's like personal henchmen.
Yeah, I guess when Vegeta, we're getting too ahead, but
spoiler.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that. We'll get to that later.
Forget all this.
But yeah, in the subs, he doesn't mention the Saiyans, but he does mention that Goku may be like the first person to be able to handle the Kaioken technique.
Yes.
That he himself hasn't even been able to master yet.
Interesting.
So, I guess the Kaioken, I don't remember if he gets into it into this episode or next episode, but he mentions that Kaioken is kind of just an idea in his head. It's a concept, but he hasn't been able to master it.
He doesn't say anything like that in the dub.
Huh.
I don't think he even, like, I know he mentions Kaioken, but he doesn't, like, go into any kind of detail.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like he mentions it as like an unattainable dream, but Goku may be able to master it. So we'll get into that next episode.
Yes, and Mr. Narrator comes in to send us off, and this episode is finally over.
Yeah, I think it goes without saying this is not a great episode.
No.
But I guess it was necessary setup.
The next episodes.
I feel like this is like especially a letdown episode because like all that filler time on Snake Way, and then this is what it leads to, just like a horrible episode.
Yeah. Well,
but I guess it's fitting.
The next few are better, but this one.
Oh yeah, they're much better.
Yeah, and it's not like this episode was. We've seen worse up to this point, but this is still just.
Oh, for sure.
It's not even that this episode was like bad. It was just dumb.
They definitely don't reward you for all that Snake Way filler time.
No, they don't.
But
yes, that's
all I got.
I got nothing to say.
Cool.
And on that note, give us a follow, like, rate, review, download, subscribe, all of the above. And as always,
tune in next time for another exciting episode of the Dragon Balls Deep Podcast.